9 rules fearless women live by to elevate their life. Most people think that not everyone is built to be fearless. However, contrary to popular belief, being fearless is actually not the absence of fear nor the total confidence to take on a role. It's the consistent choice to accept challenges and commit to conquering your fears. It's about consistently getting uncomfortable in your quest to experience new things and achieve your goals to enhance the quality of your life. Regardless of gender, anyone can choose to be fearless if they are committed and dedicated enough to do so. After all, being fearless makes you realize the capabilities you never knew existed. This can elevate your life because it provides an increased sense of fulfillment and reduces the likelihood that you have regrets. For women who want to be fearless, here are the 10 rules to live by. 1. Take risks. Excitement isn't always about driving fast lanes and doing daredevil stunts. It's more about taking the risk to be happier, wealthier, or healthier in the long run. Fearless women elevate their lives by adding excitement to them through taking risks. They take risks, but in a calculated way. They rarely play it safe if they see even a hint of opportunity in taking risks. You'll find that most of these women invest their money in high-risk, high-yield investments, and they're most likely to invest more in the skills that will benefit them in the long run. Some people would often prefer to stay in their lane and be watchful of danger, but sometimes I think a little danger can also spice up your life. 2. Make the rules. Fearless women don't live by standard rules, they make the rules. It's their life, so only their choices matter to them. You can't hold them against a certain stereotype, and they definitely won't stop doing things to make sure that they love themselves the way they want to be loved. I'm not the type of person to live with filters, and I'm certainly not the type to settle down after college graduation. People can always expect honest opinions from me that are, although respectful, aren't filtered with things that I don't mean to say in the first place. Similarly, I want to build a career and a stable financial profile before I even consider the decision to enter into a relationship. This elevates life because it affords me a certain level of protection from failures and regrets, and it also helps me own my life a little bit more if I live and love in accordance with the rules that I have set for myself. 3. Stand by their decisions. Nobody's perfect, and that's a fact. Fearless women take risks a lot and their decisions may sometimes fail them, but they still stay true to their word to take on risks and to stand by the decisions they make. They feel like failures, but they're not the ones to back out. This elevates their lives because it improves their way of thinking and it makes them more invulnerable to the negative feelings that are associated with failing. When I turned 13, my grandmother gave me this framed poster of the Teens Creed, and it says there to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. No matter what your decision is, you always have to stand by it or else you'll never decide for anything yourself. You have to trust yourself more and trust fully because if you don't then no one else will ever take you seriously. 4. Root for others' success. Fearless women don't fear getting left behind. They have this understanding that we all go through different phases in life, and each path is different. This is why they root for others to succeed in life. Instead of feeling jealous, they get inspired to succeed as well. They want to see other people getting what they want. You don't have to get scared of what others will perceive about you because you don't need that kind of validation in the first place. The high school system has always pitted students against one another, often encouraging competition at quite unhealthy levels. But when I got into college, this established competitive system wasn't as encouraged as before. I find that collaborative success is a more fun way of learning and you don't always have to take all the credit for your successful endeavors. 5. Surround themselves with go-getters. To succeed and re-establish limits, you have to go with the people who are more like you in achieving these goals. These people will be catalysts of the achievement of your goals, the drivers of your mechanism for change. One way successful people become successful is by surrounding themselves with people who have similar goals. Similarly, the fearlessness of these undaunted women is more amplified when they surround themselves with the people of their own kind. The go-getters. Some people simply don't get why consistency in going after goals are important because they think it's a boxed way of living life. One of the reasons why I resonate more with my college friends than with my high school friends is because we have the same uptight personalities without associating it with a negative quality. For us, This is the bare minimum of living your life so you can afford more in the long term. We don't fear the expenses that come with it or the time and energy that would be wasted. Instead, we invest everything in our goals because we ourselves believe in them. 6. Believe in their capabilities. Fearless women believe that they can and they work towards it. They foster their talents and they make sure that the opportunities in their capabilities are fully utilized. They don't hide away their talents to be discovered by others, they release them for the world to see. When I receive feedback on my mediocrity, I improve my skills instead of dwelling on feeling discouraged. I believe that my capabilities will always be something that will give me an advantage and open more doors of opportunity for me. 7. See opportunities in their flaws. Most people would hide away their flaws for fear of being judged. Fearless women, however, make the most out of these flaws and they use them to their advantage instead. How they do it can be a mystery for others, which leaves most people in awe of these kinds of women sometimes. They don't hide their flaws, but they do confront them. Facing your flaws is what will make them more resolvable so that people can no longer use them against you, and you know how to adjust your way to avoid any future problems arising out of them. 8. Set boundaries. Aside from making the rules, fearless women set boundaries. They make sure that people know where to stand so they won't cross any lines that fearless women have set for themselves. Sometimes these are perceived poorly by most people, but it's actually a way of self-care, to make sure that they still have something to give, and they don't pour out their entire cup to others, especially to those who will drain them. My parents have always berated me about how it's not okay to disclose my boundaries to my boss. Sometimes they even make it appear as if I'm not allowed to have any boundaries at all, but I think that this is a pretty outdated provision in a very ancient employee handbook, only existing back in the day that this generation doesn't encourage now. Setting boundaries is a sign of fearlessness, and this can hugely improve the quality of your life. It stimulates your own process of developing yourself so you can give more to others, which is an essential rule to live by in my opinion. 9. Learn how to take care of themselves. Fearless women make sure that they are well taken care of, and one way to make sure of this is by also looking for partners who bring out the best of them. Aside from that, fearless women aren't scared to be judged when they always practice self-care through effective skincare and overall body detox. One way I take care of myself that I think is truly fearless is how I choose to cut off all toxicity in my life. From the way that I eat to the people that I keep in my life. I always surround myself with healthy levels of positivity and good vibes. Living in a healthy environment is the most I can do to take care of myself. Aside from that, I have also made it a rule to always strive for independence. I can take care of myself, and I always live by that. I don't depend on anyone else, whether a friend or a partner, to take care of me. It elevates my life because no matter what others do to hurt me, I can always recover from it because I know how to live with myself, by myself, while practicing self-care too.